All right, everyone, welcome back. Episode 10 here of SportsBook Sports, all things sports betting. I'm your host, Connor, with my boy here, GA.
What's up? Welcome to episode 10.
Yes, sir. NBA playoffs coming down to the Eastern and Western Conference Finals here. So today we're going to discuss the Game 2 of the Clippers-Suns series that's going off tonight. Then also we're going to breach a little bit of a topic about the handicapping industry that's become a lot more popular with the way sports betting's, moving as far as becoming a much bigger industry than it was 5-10 years ago. And the different avenues that people are taking to make money off this.
Yeah, years ago, there was people selling picks. Now it feels like everyone knows someone that's selling picks. In your friend group or something like that. Like someone's friend has picks.
Definitely.
They have an Instagram account. It's with social media now. I mean, it's true probably with every industry with social media. You get these people out here that are just trying to, we call them scam cappers, but just scamming people, kind of just selling their picks. And, I'm sure there's people out there that are good handicappers that have been doing it for decades and stuff, but we talk about we don't buy them, we don't believe in them, so we'll dive into that a little bit more. But I think it's a combination of just the social media and just how widely available gambling has become now.
Definitely. I was going to say there's certainly a difference between a handicapper and a scamdicapper.
Yeah.
There's people out there, and I mean, just when you're getting into that, as we dive right into it, when you're going out there and you're shopping the market for picks, I hope that everyone goes into it with the mindset that, there's no one out there that's going 100-0. There's no one out there that's going 90-10.
Yeah, like if someone's got that on their Instagram account, just run
that's
away.
A red flag right away.
Yeah, baseball season, I'm 72-2. It's like,
there's people out there that say they make millions and millions of dollars off sports betting. That's cap in itself.
Yeah.
These sports books aren't popping up all over the place, as we've mentioned a million times. Casinos aren't doing it because they're losing money.
Yeah.
And these people that you'll see on Instagram or other websites like that sell this lifestyle that they believe will attract people, which, marketing-wise, they do a hell of a job.
They're incredible marketers. They're incredible influencers, if you will.
Exactly.
Yep.
But those people that are out there saying they have 100, 200 clients that they go 100-0 just isn't feasible money-wise.
Yeah, and they just wouldn't be doing it. If someone was, like I said, 72-2, you wouldn't be selling picks online. You'd be betting $100,000 a game in Vegas, making all the money you need.
Yeah, and be rich. Why would you ever look to sell your picks? There is people, and we've spoken in the past about websites that we like to go to, and those people that, you go on covers.com, you go on vegasinsider.com, you'll see handicappers that are out there that sell their picks on a daily basis. Those are some of the most legit people that you're going to come across.
Yep.
They do tally their results. They don't hide anything. They don't tell you that they're going to go 10-0.
And to me, that's kind of like part of their business model, if you will. Like their covers or some of these other websites that are out there that have 20, 30 guys on their roster that are giving out picks, talking about gambling day out. Part of their role, part of their revenue vertical for their business is to a premium service of selling picks.
Exactly.
So, like you said, they're not out there saying they're 72-2. They keep track of everything. They're very upfront about everything. Some people have specialties. Some people are great at UFC. Some people are great at baseball.
Yeah.
And that's what they're looking for from a business perspective, is to have people in these different sports that are quote unquote experts in that field.
Yeah.
But those are definitely the more, if you're going to buy picks, those are the more legit ones where it's all very upfront. It's more of a bigger brand name compared to these random accounts that have 10,000, 20,000 followers on Twitter or Instagram.
Yep.
But yeah,
with no real backing behind them either.
Yeah.
There's two things that I love about covers.com, and one of them is the fact that they have a guaranteed and a non-guaranteed.
Yeah.
So what that is if If you buy the guaranteed version, it's normally it's a higher price. 100% of the time, it's a higher price. But if it doesn't win, if the pick does not win, then you do not pay for the pick.
Yep.
The non-guaranteed one is you pay a lower price, but if you pay either way, whether it wins or not. The second thing I like about covers is you're essentially buying. They sell you the pick, but what they're really selling you is the information that comes with the pick.
Right, they're handicapping.
Exactly. They give you their analysis. They give you their perspective, their point of view, and normally with some statistics that back it on why they're choosing that game. So it spares you the time of having to go out there and come up with a valid opinion based on information that you're finding.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, too, because, again, part of this channel is to be for newer people, more experienced people. So when we say handicapping, to what you were just saying, we're talking about they're diving into details, they're looking at information, and they're coming up with an angle on the game.
Yes.
And why they're taking their pick.
Yep.
So that's what we mean by quote-unquote handicapping, and there being a handicapper.
Yep.
Is there a person that does it.
Yep.
So they look at information, they look at various websites, whatever they have there. I'm sure they have all kinds of databases if you're at Covers or of these other bigger places. And they spend the time to get the information. They spend the time to do the research. And then they come to a conclusion and present that conclusion.
Yes.
And that's true with anything, too. Like, if you're debating something or whatever it is, you got to remember, too, like, they're only picking statistics, even though it's numbers can be very subjective. Like, they're picking what helps them back up their
justify their decision.
Yep.
And another thing that I like about covers is it's not, as we just spoke about before, they're normally not just Joe Schmoes that are out there,
right?
Putting together these picks because they're trying to make money.
Yep.
They are trying to make money, but
everyone wants to win.
Yeah,
everyone
but these guys are established.
Yeah.
If you look into a lot of the people that they list
they
on
have
there,
their profiles and everything.
Yeah, and they've done things in the past that have consistently gained them the ability to call themselves a professional in that field.
Yep.
A lot of these guys have won some of the bigger contests in Vegas that go on where they have those handicapping contests there. A lot of those guys won those. They placed high in those consistently. And also one thing Covers does is that if you go on there as a handicapper and you have a consistent losing record, they don't keep you on there.
Right.
They'll remove you as a handicapper, but most of the time, and as we spoke about, a professional handicapper is going to go at the high end of it 60%.
Yeah, if you're doing good.
If you're doing real well.
Yeah.
And to be profitable, you need to be around 55%.
Yep.
And that's if you're betting minus 110 every single time.
Yep.
If you're just laying that little bit of juice every time. So there's a lot that goes into it, especially for those people out there who, like I said, they portray this lifestyle. They're more marketing experts than they are anything else.
Yeah.
And they sell you on the ability to make money quick. And in this industry, it's just like anything in life.
Yep.
You'll never get rich quick unless you hit the lottery. And the lottery's like hitting a parlay.
Yeah.
You might make a big
craziest parlay.
Yeah, you might hit a big hit one night or just get lucky as shit.
Yep.
But otherwise, you have to take the long road, the high road, and stretch it out, and hopefully over time put together a higher win percentage.
Yeah, if it's too good to be true, chances are it's too good to be true.
Yep.
And like you're saying, we're at, both in our experience, I mean, we've been doing this for a while. With this show, we're giving out free picks.
Yep.
We're keeping track. We're trying to show you guys, like you're saying, it's a slow grind. It's a steady grind.
Yep.
And it's a consistent grind. So again, I'll probably say it every episode. Pick your unit. Stick with it. If you're going on these crazier, parlays or player prop parlays or whatever you want going on, chances are I would recommend betting a half unit, a quarter unit on those.
Yep.
Because the payouts are a lot higher. They're a lot harder to hit.
Yep.
And then if you're picking games day in and day out, again, a unit or two. I mean, I think on the last podcast we talked about like Brooks Koepka for the U.S. Open, stuff like that. NASCAR, if you're into that. Half unit, quarter unit on a couple guys gets you into the money if one of them hit. But, again, just sticking with it, staying consistent. Like you're saying, if you can get up to the 60, 65% range and you're hitting, you're making money hand over fist.
Then you better start selling your picks.
Yeah.
But that's
or hit us up and you'll be on the show.
Yeah, we'll put you on here and give you a platform to show that to people. But that's the thing is, there's things you need to look for, because I'm not necessarily against buying picks. I personally, I did it at one point, and I sort of tried to use it as an edge on myself as well, like to just find some sort of like reassurance in why I'm picking the game.
Right, cut some kind of confirmation. Like, I like this game tonight. Oh, look, this guy likes this game tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you're going out there and you're searching for it, you need to do your due diligence. As we mentioned already, if you're fucking seeing some guy that's like, I'm 100-0 or I am undefeated and my system plays, like whale plays, all these fucking terms that they just make up, then I wouldn't go with those guys. The people that are on covers, you'll see a lot of guys out there like there's a guy, Ben Burns, that I'm familiar with. Mm-hmm. He puts his picks out daily. He gives you an analysis. He's never saying I'm going to go fucking 3-0 or 5-0 on all my picks.
Yep.
He just gives you what he's given, and
he has good days, he has bad days.
Exactly, but in the long run, and also on there, they put together an Excel sheet that's done by covers.
Yep.
So when Ben Burns or these handicappers send in their picks, covers details them all. So it's it's at least mediated in a way. Yeah. It's not just some random guy sending you a spreadsheet that could just be completely made up.
Yeah, or just Instagram pictures of bets online that could be his, could be someone else's, could be Photoshopped.
Like, you never fucking know what's going on.
Yeah.
And one thing that people don't realize too is, like, a lot of these guys that are on Instagram that are like, oh, I put up 100K or 500,000 on these games. Vegas has the right to, like, deny your bet.
Yeah.
If they see you're sharp and they see that you're putting in heavy amount of money and you're consistently winning, they have the ability to just say, no, we're not taking your bet.
We're not taking your bet, yeah.
So those people that are out there that, say that they're doing this on a consistent basis, it's probably just not the truth. They're just trying to find a way to get your money from you.
Yeah. Because
that's how they essentially are making
That's how they make their money, exactly. And the real guys that are really doing it, you'll never hear from.
No.
They got guys at casinos calling them, putting in bets, doing stuff like you're saying, because they're just not trying to get stopped, because they're actually making real money hand over fist.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Season, and they know that if Vegas was able to connect them all and put it all on one guy or one girl, they would just be like, sorry, we're not taking your bets.
Yeah, we're just not going to take it. If you're going to put us too big of a liability, if we have so little money on one game, and the handle is real low for this game, we're not going to allow you to come in and throw 100K on a game when we think that you've consistently shown us you're going to hit big bets.
Yeah.
And that's just not the way they work. So a lot of these people, you just need to do your due diligence with. Take it for a grain of salt, because no one's ever going to give you a 100-0 record, as I've mentioned multiple times already. What
do you think about, like, when people, like, tweet out and stuff like this? Because I've fallen in this trap too, where I feel like people sometimes get on stuff where it's like they have, like, inside information. Like,
that's a bunch of bullshit too.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's just like
blah 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 is fighting with blah blah blah. Like,
first off, that's illegal.
Yeah.
Like, if
this team's plane flew in late and they got the lead, so they're overtired. Blah blah blah. I feel like that stuff never ever pans out.
No,
they're professional athletes.
Exactly, they're professional athletes. No one ever has insider information.
West Coast to East Coast NFL games, 1:00 games. I feel like that's a big one too. Everyone talks about that kind of stuff.
And you can come up with that conclusion yourself. It's just like, all right, teams traveling from the east to the west, and it's like, all right, we know there's going to be some jet lag involved in there. Yeah. That's normally why they get out there 3 or 4 days early. So it's like, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But when people say that, then that's a red flag right away.
Yeah.
Because as I just said, first off, it's illegal. No professional athlete's really going to put themselves on the line to possibly get suspended or get fined for doing some shit like that.
Yeah.
There's definitely times where, like, like Lou Will on the Hawks might just be like, yo, to his boys,
Yeah.
we're about to blow out the Hornets tonight. Like, put some money on the money line. Like, shit's going down. Like, that type of stuff happens.
Yeah.
But those dudes that Lou Will's giving that pick to, they ain't going in the casino and putting up fucking 100K on a game.
Yeah, and they're not tweeting about it.
Yeah, they're just going in there low key.
Yeah.
And if as I mentioned, though, still, if anything were to come about that, those dudes are getting in trouble.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, they're not risking millions of dollars to give fucking some Instagram handicapper some inside information.
Yeah.
Like, no one's doing that. There might be one-off dudes here and there, like the Tim Donahue guy that was the ref that was fixing games and shit, but that's such a higher level. Like,
and that's once in a lifetime stuff. That's not happening season in and season out.
No, that's just not. It's not reality.
Yep.
And that's basically what we're getting at with this Scandicapper shit. Is sports books just aren't. There ain't a million people out there going 100-0 and dominating the sports books, or otherwise these places just wouldn't continue to open up. They wouldn't be giving out free money on picks.
Yeah.
They wouldn't say, here's a $500 risk-free bet if you sign up with us. Like, they're not doing that if they know they're gonna lose money. Yeah,
and like and again to to circle back and kind of maybe finish up this topic, like with the whole buying picks and stuff. Like, we've done it a couple times. We've tried it out here and there. But, like, at the end of the day, the Vegas sets it up so each game should be 50-50.
Yes.
So either way you have a coin flip. So it's like buying someone's insights into why this coin flip is going to be tails instead of heads.
Yep.
It's like, okay, you might be right, you might be wrong, but the way Vegas sets it up is that each game's 50-50. But you need to win 60-40 in order to make money.
Exactly.
So there's banking. They're trying their hardest to make everything 50-50 because they just don't want you to get up to the 60% range and make money. Yeah, that's how they're able to stay in business. Yeah,
and statistically over time, it's just been proven over and over again that the house has the advantage.
Yep.
If they can get a 50-50 total money-wise on the game, both sides, then if there's $1 million on the Clippers tonight and there's $1 million on the Jazz tonight or on the Suns tonight, Vegas is making money. Don't matter if you're a winner or a loser. Vegas is cashing out on that game. If they could do that every single game, they would make even more money than they already do. You know? But that's the part of it. And I think we'll dive deeper into this topic over a couple episodes in the future, just because it's becoming such a popular thing where people are buying these picks, and with the way social media is transforming, it's just the availability for everything is causing people to just like fall into the trap that these people are selling and then not really doing their research and ended up ultimately losing money. Like, I was talking to you before, this Vegas Dave guy, like, if you look at his posts, there's a lot of people that complain about his picks. But then all of a sudden he's posting something where he's like, I was 10-0 today on all my picks, blah, blah, blah. So it's just like you never know the truth until you actually like live it yourself.
And he's like, I was 10-0 on those picks, I was 5-5 on those picks, but I was 2-0 on my whale picks. So by the $10,000 picks,
exactly,
$1,000 picks.
And if you're spending $1,000 on picks for a day, how much are you betting? You know? And then also, it's like some of these guys.
There's not a lot of those guys out there too. There's not a lot of people out there betting $5-10 grand in a day.
No,
that aren't professionals already, that are just doing it themselves.
Or dudes that are just recreational bettors that are just like, I'm a millionaire from my day job. And I'm like, I'm gonna go fuck around and bet 10K because I'm a degenerate. And just because I want to watch the game with some excitement. Tonight,
some juice on it.
So, I mean that's definitely a popular topic as the sports betting industry continues to grow. And I just tell my final say on that is everyone beware when it comes to that. You're better off like trying to figure out your own system. Develop something. Don't gamble responsibly is like the biggest thing
for sure.
Don't lose money that you can't lose, because putting yourself in a hole only makes you, for one, worse of a sports bettor. And then it's just going to make you feel worse about everything else. So it's just like, do your due diligence, put money away that you can lose. Because ultimately that's what happens in this industry. But to give yourself enough cushion to possibly bounce back.
Exactly. And like that's the way I view it too. It's all entertainment. It's all, I've been having a blast rooting for the Hawks because I have something on the Hawks.
Yep.
So that's the way I view it. It's just like you're saying, it's entertainment. We're not professional gamblers by any means.
Yep.
We do it for fun. We enjoy it. We make some money on it, which is nice.
Definitely.
But, that's my thing. And to wrap it up, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true.
Definitely.
Just, you're going to have more fun. For me personally, I have more fun when I pick a game right and I just get it right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, I'm hyped when I pick the Islanders and the Islanders smoke the Bruins.
Exactly.
So.
No, it's funny how it ultimately works out like that, too, because it's just like you feel so much better about it for one, and then you learn a little bit, as I said, about yourself because if you're going to do this for the long run, you're not going to be able to consistently afford buying picks and making money.
Like I said, if people were selling picks were really that good, they wouldn't be selling picks. Yeah. It's as simple as that.
Yep. They don't need your money to make money if they were that good at it. It's 100%.
All right. So speaking of the Hawks, let's recap last episode's picks. Because I think we both had the Hawks in that one.
Yep.
Yeah, so we both had the Hawks. That's right, and then we went head-to-head on the Suns-Clippers. Mm-hmm. Suns won that one. I think they won by 6, maybe.
6 points,
Yep, so Suns covered that. Player prop, you had Herder, Collins, and Simmons under 10.5.
Yep.
I think Simmons was under 10.5.
Yeah, Simmons was the only one.
Herder showed up.
Herder balled the fuck out. Yep. I'm happy he balled out. Yep. Collins was close. I think Collins ended up with like 14 or 16.
Yep.
Herder, I think, had 12 at halftime, so that was pretty much a done deal. But again,
New York kid, I'm happy for him.
100%. If he was the only one that went over and the other two went under, I'd have been I was fine with it either way. I'm happy he balled out because for one, he earned himself a fucking contract off that game.
It's so crazy being from like upstate New York, knowing him, like knowing about him, not knowing him, but knowing about him, and just listening to all these people be like, "Who is this guy?"
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, "What do you mean, who is this guy?" This guy Herder.
Well, as I said to you too, I've followed him for a minute now because he went to Maryland when I was living down in Baltimore, so I got to see him play a couple times there. And I just knew he was an NBA guy since then. Yeah. Because he plays his role. He never tried to do too much. Yep. He wasn't even, I think 1 year he might have been the leading scorer on that Maryland team. Yeah. But he's the only guy in the NBA. Yeah. Because he knew he was really good at what he could do.
He does his role at an NBA level.
And he still does that in the NBA now. He shoots threes, plays D, and he can create for himself a little bit, which he showed in that game.
Yeah, for sure.
And
he'll just, I hope he just keeps getting better and better. Yeah. Because, he's
like I said,
young.
That game 7 literally won him a career in the NBA. Yeah. Because this year, his first 2 years in the league, he played really well. He was establishing himself. Yep. Then he sort of like fell off a little bit. This year was tough because they got Bogdanovich. They brought him in. His role moved back a little bit.
That was a little scary. Yeah.
So sort of like if he doesn't show up, what's going to happen with him? Like, is he going to end up going overseas? Is he going to find a spot in the league?
Yeah, and they kind of got a couple different guys, kind of similar roles because they had Hunter, they had him, they had Bogdanovich, they had Gallinari. It's like, okay.
They also have Cam Reddish, who's been hurt. Yeah. So like he was another one that took away minutes from him. Yep. But that literally just stamped it, that game 7. He balled the fuck out.
Right,
and
now,
they have
5 guys for 2 positions, and he's definitely at the top of the pack now.
And even if the Hawks don't take him, though, is what I'm saying. Even if they decide, all right, we're going to go with Cam Reddish, or we'll keep DeAndre Hunter, he's going to get signed somewhere.
For sure.
He won himself that deal.
Become a Knick. That'd be lovely.
Yeah, he deserves it, man. He balled the fuck out for sure.
Yep.
But, again, to get on the betting side of that, I just saw the value in it because I believed in the under for that game, which it did hit.
Yeah, it was an ugly game.
Yep, the under did hit. I think by like 2 points.
Yeah, it was close, but it was close because they dropped it. Like we said, they dropped like 6 points from what it usually was.
Which is like as we said, that's typical for a game 7. Yep. So it's like, all right, it is what it is. But if there was different people I looked at, which is crazy because I think Trae Young, I think he ended up with like 23. Yeah. And his alternate points under, if I would have got, his would have been under at like 24 and a half. Yeah. I think it was like plus like 400. Yeah. So like his would have been a lock. I just went with the wrong people, but the value was there.
It's the right idea.
Exactly. That's why you bet the half a unit, because if that hits, then you stretch yourself out for a couple more days. Yep. If it doesn't, you don't really fucking take that big of an L. Yep. You know? Because you went 2-0. You had a great day, won 2 units.
Yeah, I mean, on this podcast, I got to keep track of all this stuff. I've been doing pretty good, so.
Yeah. And I only lost half a unit.
Yeah.
I think overall, I think we should do that for next episode.
Yeah.
Is go back, look at all of our picks. I would say you're definitely up a couple units. And I think right now I'm right around even, maybe up plus 1 or 2.
Yeah, and you've been having bigger swings. You've been having bad weeks, great weeks.
Yeah, just like a really bad day, but then an incredible day. You've been a little bit
kind of middle of the road.
Yeah, you've been good because you've had some 2-0, 3-0 days, but you never had. I think you might have had 1 or 2 like 0-3 days,
or like 1 and 3 days. Yeah. Early on too. That's when we moved away from that for a reason.
If we don't count those, I think we're both up significantly. But those couple days in the beginning where we were putting out like 8 picks was just shouldn't have been doing that, because that's not what we do anyway.
Yep.
Giving out bad knowledge.
And then also too and then one of the picks that really helped me too was the Islanders alternative line. Yep. So I got an alternative line for tonight.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited about that. But first, let's just talk about the game, right? Because we got Phoenix and the Clippers.
Yep.
So we always talk about NBA. So here we go. It's game 2 tonight. The Clippers are going to Phoenix. So Phoenix is the high seed. 9 o'clock on ESPN. I love how these games just bounce around. I can't keep track. I don't know if there's like West Coast is on ESPN, East Coast is on TNT. But I feel like
they switch back and forth just based on the
availability
the contract that they have. So I think each channel has to showcase or play a certain amount of games.
Okay.
And ESPN got in that just recently because TNT had everything. TNT and ABC. Yeah. But obviously ABC ESPN owns.
ABC owns ESPN.
Yeah. So it's like, whatever it is. So now they throw some games on there. But
it's 1-0. Suns are -4.5. They're again the favorites tonight. No Chris Paul, no Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
Over/unders 223. Everything's from FanDuel. That's what we use here.
Yes, sir. Shout out FanDuel Sports.
We can't get to the casino.
I can't wait until mobile betting comes to New York. It's going to be fucking phenomenal.
Glorious month.
And when that shit goes down, we're about to put out the 100K challenge.
Yeah, should we tease that a little bit? Should we tease that at the end?
Yeah, we could talk about it at the end a little bit. But yeah, I mean, FanDuel's fucking phenomenal. They offer so many bets. They're built for a fucking degenerate. They're built for sports bettors.
Yeah, they have everything.
It's just a great app that they have, and I fucking love them. I can't wait till we partner up with them.
Yeah, and we're starting to look at like other like sports and stuff too. So like I was looking at baseball today. They just have every bet you can think
every fucking bet. It's crazy. It's amazing.
Yep.
And it gives. Like I said, it's built for a degenerate, but it also gives like the real sharp handicappers the ability to put money on things that just aren't as normal as you would see at a sports book 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The new day and age is just transforming. They have the ability to come up with statistics for anything.
Yeah.
So they can put a line out for anything.
Yeah, exactly. You know? There's so much data. There's so much tracking of everything now.
They can figure it all out.
Yeah.
But this series itself, it's just... I feel bad for both teams in this, and that's my take on it, is because I wonder what this series would ultimately finish up as is if Chris Paul and Kawhi played.
Yeah.
That's why it sucks. And
do we know what Kawhi's injury is yet?
He has like he twisted his knee.
Okay, because
they haven't really announced.
I rewatched when he got hurt again, and I can't. Based on watching it, I can't tell if it's an ACL or just a twist. Or
they said it was a twist. I think they said it's a twisted knee. I really don't know, and I don't know. I always wondered, is that like information that like they can withhold?
Yeah.
Or do they have to report that?
Yeah.
Because like if his shit's torn, which it could be, and he's just like scaring the Suns, like because they know he's not coming back, they're just leaving it out there. He could be back, like. I don't know what the NBA has as far as like protocol when it comes to reporting that.
You have to report an injury, but to what extent you have to report it, who knows?
But that's what sucks about this series is like the two best players.
Yeah.
Two of the better players.
Yeah, in the
Kawhi's
league.
Obviously the best player on the Clippers, and Chris Paul's
probably the best player resume-wise on the Suns.
Booker's definitely the best right now. But he's either way, two of the top talents.
When Chris Paul's cooking, man, he can score with the best.
100%. They're just two of the better players in the series, and seeing them both out,
it sucks.
Is tough.
It sucks for the NBA. It sucks for the series, and it just kind of is what it is. I feel like it's tough too because I think Markieff Morris might be out tonight too, and with
Marcus Morris,
yep. With Ayton, man, I was just loving watching him play in the first game, and it was so easy for him. Like, Devin Booker was just alley-ooping, like it was just easy.
Did you see the video of him getting off the plane?
No,
with his chains.
Ian?
Yeah, he must have had fucking $250,000 worth of chains on, but them shits were blinging.
Yeah,
shits were shiny.
I saw one when they won. I think the first round they won where he was like standing at the top of a car or whatever, and they were pulling up to the plane after they got back. But yeah, no, it's just good vibes. I mean, they got the Suns at 4 guy. They got just good vibes all around the Suns.
Like you were saying in the last episode, is like things are like going their way.
Yeah.
If they fucking come out and win this shit, win a chip, I mean, Booker's fucking the real deal, Holyfield.
Him and Kendall are official. They're officially dating.
Official.
It's like everything's going right.
Chris Paul, though, I never really liked
pulling up in fire cars.
I never really liked Chris Paul personally. I just never really liked his game. I always thought he dribbled too much.
I liked him on the Hornets.
Yeah, because he was hungry back then. Yeah. But once he got to LA, he was just too much of a prima donna for me. But I wouldn't mind seeing him win a chip.
Yeah, of course.
That's why if they win this series, he'll probably be back for the finals. Sure. His protocol shit might be done by then. Yeah.
I think he'll be back for the series if it keeps going.
And if I was him, I'd sue the NBA.
Yeah.
Because what did he do?
Yeah, that LeBron didn't. Yeah, I still don't know the details of why he's getting out for this protocol stuff.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Like, what did LeBron... LeBron was at a party around mad people posting pictures on Instagram. Yeah,
the night before
What did Chris Paul do?
Yeah.
That was that much different.
Exactly.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
But this series itself, I think, still going to be an entertaining one because when you take those two out of the picture,
it was a good first game.
Great first game.
Yeah,
makes a great matchup. I think still.
Yeah.
And that my pick we'll put at both of our picks we'll put at the end. Terrence Mann didn't have a good game one for the Western Conference Finals.
Yep.
For them, but it was amazing to see what he did in Game 6 of the Utah of that series.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll bounce back. I mean, they might need him if Morris and Leonard's out. I mean, they're gonna need some offense.
They're gonna need to score. That's why Reggie Jackson's been balling out. It's crazy to see.
He had a couple tough turnovers in the last game. But yeah, I'm just trying to bring up the box score right now for the last game, just because I think when I looked at it again too, besides Booker, I think Booker shot a ton, but it was back to the Suns thing we're talking about. Like everyone had 12 shots. Everyone scored right around the same. Yeah.
I mean, when you told me that, I was just amazed at how well they moved the ball and how balanced they are.
Yeah, Booker had 29 shots, but then the rest of the starting 5 had 10, 11, 14, and 10.
Yeah.
And they scored 13, 14, 20, and 11.
Yep.
Just as balanced as you can be compared to the Clippers, who had 5, 11, and 4. And then they scored 5 points, 6 points, and 9 points compared to Reggie Jackson's 24 and Paul George's 34.
Yeah. No, and I think that's I'm still riding with the Clippers. I still think they can get the job done without
Yeah. I was laughing.
Kawhi.
I was laughing too when you were saying we were talking about like Zubac playing. I totally forgot about DeMarcus Cousins. He came out to play. He came out to show up because
he played all right.
Yeah, he had 10 shots, which I was kind of surprised about.
Yeah, he's just out of shape.
Yeah,
he ain't built for it. How many minutes did Zubac end up playing in that game?
He played 18. Cousins played 13.
Yeah, so they're gonna need because they need that against Ayton for that matchup.
Yeah, he's just too much to handle.
As I said in the last episode too, I really do think whoever comes out the West gets the job done.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I only took the Hawks to win the East because I didn't think that they could.
I would love to see the Hawks win.
I mean, it would be unreal.
I fucking hate the Bucks.
Yeah.
I do not like Giannis.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. He's just like this whole shit about like this is off topic, but this whole free throw thing. Like, what the fuck? The other night, though, because there's dudes literally in the crowd, like, with their phone out and shit. I did it twice the other night. myself.
Yeah.
Maybe a tenth or so second off, but both times were 12 seconds.
Yeah.
It took him to shoot it.
Yeah.
That's a violation.
Yeah, why aren't we calling it? That's
you
why
need
I
to
don't
call
get
it.
Yeah.
You need to speed this man up.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, James Harden threw a fit on the one.
Yeah.
But they're giving Giannis just like, he gets to walk up
Yeah.
and like practice his form and shit.
Yeah.
As a basketball player, I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
Because why everyone else doesn't get that treatment.
Right.
Like fucking, let's say like Blake Griffin goes to the line. They're just going to throw him the ball.
Yeah.
And he's got to shoot it.
Yeah, they're
They're
not
not going to let
violation
him do
on
all this other shit.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I agree. He gets a superstar treatment.
Yeah, and he's a beast, but it's crazy. Like especially in the playoffs, you need to like shit needs to even out a
Yeah,
little
did you
bit.
see like I think
Consistency.
Brooklyn did it like on the Jumbotron a couple times, and then the NBA shut them down. The NBA was like, you can't do that.
For the timing?
Yeah. I think it was like game 4 or game 5. It was like the first game back to Brooklyn after they went to the Bucks. And they had it up for like the first quarter or something like that. And
What's the one?
They had the graphic clock countdown and everything. It was
what's the one
unreal.
ref's name that they always like when they how they have like the replays and then they'll be like Steve. I think it's Steve Javin.
Yeah,
is his name.
Yeah,
he was coming in. He came in and was like, "You're better off."
I know NFL's Gene's territory. That's the one I know.
He was like, "You're better off like calling it at 11."
Yeah,
because you don't want to be at like 9.
Yeah,
when you call it.
Yeah,
it's like no, they should have something like technical.
Yeah,
they have all this replay shit going on.
Yeah, they have technology all over the place.
Yeah, they should have like a free throw shot clock.
Yeah,
like if the sad part is I can't believe how big of a deal it's become because he's the only one that takes that fucking long to shoot the free throw.
Yeah,
it's just he did it twice in the one game, and then they didn't call it the rest of the series because the NBA was probably like, "No, you just don't call it. Just let him do it. He's one of our better guys."
Yeah,
like that's why I mean in the playoffs they just need to be even, consistent. Like the refs, man, they get paid so much money and they do such a terrible job. I feel like it's ruining the game. Like what technology's been able to do for basketball in all sports. Like
baseball, all of it's tough.
Yeah.
But we also got basketball, we got hockey tonight, right?
Yeah, I didn't put that matchup together on there though.
Oh, okay. So then let's go to our picks because you got some picks.
Yeah, I figured we'd just talk about this one matchup. We got some picks for tonight. But another take that I have that I think's fucking hilarious when it comes to this whole replay shit, and I know it's like a little off topic, but isn't it fucking hilarious when I posted this on Facebook the other day too? But isn't it hilarious when like these guys fucking foul someone, right?
Oh yeah,
and then they're like,
I didn't touch him.
No, they're like spinning their hands, review it. And the coach is like, dude, we get one fucking review, and it's 2 minutes into the first quarter. We get one per half. Shut the fuck up. All right? Yeah. But then they like replay it on like ESPN and TNT. Yeah. And it's just like, dude, you absolutely murdered the guy.
It couldn't be more obvious.
Yeah. And then they're like, then the funniest ones are the ones that go out of bounds. Yeah. Because it's like, you literally just like, the one KD did it. He's like, review that shit. And it literally just like hits off his foot. And I'm like, this dude has a size 17 shoe, so maybe he doesn't feel it hit his foot. Yeah. But like, it clearly hits your foot and goes in a different direction. Right out of bounds. Yeah. And you're talking about review it. Yeah. It's just like, I feel like they should, if they do that like more than 3 times in a game, and each time the ref looks at it and says, it clearly went out on you, you clearly fouled him, they should get technicals.
Yeah, like isn't it like
you're ruining the game?
Isn't the NFL now? It's like you have to like you get 2 challenges, or you get a challenge, and then if you get it right, you get another one. Yeah, it should be like that, where it's like if you ask for it like 2 times, and then we see it in replay, it's clearly not like you don't get it anymore, or something like that.
Yeah, I think the NBA is just like 1.5,
or just 1 for the game.
I think it's 1 per half.
Yeah,
and I think you can only do it like under a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
but I think isn't the NFL? Maybe the NFL is you lose a timeout if you get it wrong.
Something like that.
Yeah, and the NBA should be that.
Yeah,
and then also, I was talking to my dad about it, which is funny, and we were saying if you get it wrong, the other team should get 2 free throws.
There you go. Yeah.
Like, because you're just fucking up the flow of the game.
Yeah.
You can just be like, let's just review this shit right now just to take a look and slow the whole tempo of the game now. It literally ruins
a
runs.
free timeout.
Yeah, it ruins a bunch of shit in the game. Like, it's good. What I think they need to do before I close out this whole topic is they need to just hire 2 refs, like playoff time specifically. To have 2 refs that are looking at the cameras.
Yeah.
Or have 3 people, because then it's like 2 of them say one thing, one says the other. You go with the 2.
Yeah.
You go with the majority. They need to have people on those cameras.
Yeah.
So when they review,
they
just call it in and they say it's Brooklyn's ball.
Yep. Yeah.
Anyone with a fucking like
2
the
eyes
people
can
at home,
figure it
yeah,
out.
anyone with 2 eyes.
You don't need to know the rule book.
And then all 3 of them, because that's what happens is like, say me and you are the 2 of the refs, and I go look at it, you go look at it, and you're like, oh, the angle's tough.
Yep.
And I say it goes off the nets, and you're like, it went off the Bucks.
Yep.
The 3rd guy comes in.
Yep.
So then it takes like 5 minutes for them to look at the replay, and you're just like, come on, dude, like, let's get the game going.
No, it is one thing. I don't know if you saw today, like the NBA said that they're changing rules next season to crack down on like getting fouls, people drawing fouls for non-basketball moves.
Yeah.
So like throwing their hands into people's other hands, like jumping into other players when you don't need to, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would love it if they, like you said, kind of like scoop it into that with like if you ask for a replay, like that's a foul.
Yeah.
If you just complain, like we're just gonna start giving you technicals
left and
right.
right.
It's ridiculous that you're complaining about calls. It's like, we get it, it's not perfect, whatever it is, but every call is a complaint. Someone's complaining, it's like, come on,
it's
dude.
just like, Jesus Christ, you're also setting like the wrong example for like the younger people, I think.
Yeah, it's just not necessary. No one's ever complained about a call and they've stopped the game and been like, actually, you know what, we were wrong.
We're going to change it. Coaches always used to say that.
Yeah,
like,
no one's ever done that.
Yeah, you argue it the right way.
Yeah.
Like, my coach in
talk to the ref.
When I played JUCO ball, he was the best. He was like a psychologist when it came to arguing with the refs, because he would, we would argue calls on the court, like we'd be upset with a call, but he would say something to the ref when it was a clear missed call.
Yeah.
And then he would make the ref feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Then we would start getting calls.
Yep.
But you don't just start arguing every fucking call. And then they're just like, dude, they're like, the refs get tired of it.
Yeah.
But to that take, and then we'll move on to the picks. But the basketball moves is, someone was saying it to me the other day, and they're like, well, how do you distinguish it not being a basketball move anymore?
Yeah.
Because so many people are integrating it into their game that it's becoming like a basketball move. Like Trae Young, when he like jumps to the right or jumps forward, those are tough. But like those ones where he just like stops and the guy runs into his back and he shoots it, is that a foul?
Yeah.
So those are like, it's tough.
It's
tough, and I think we should. We obviously are a sports betting podcast, but I think that's a topic we should discuss in the future, just because it's a good take when it comes to sports in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, to move on to the picks for tonight, it looks like we're both fucking fading each other again.
Yeah, let's look up the lines, because I think that when we made the slide, it was 4.5, and then when we actually put the picks in, it might have been 4. So let's pull up FanDuel right now and see exactly.
It's been going back and forth all day.
Yep.
I think it's at 4.5 right now.
Yep. Yeah, it's 4.5 right now.
Yeah, and before, when I looked at it and we sent them in, it was 4.
Yep.
So either way, I think, you want to know what's crazy is last game should have ended at 4. It should have been a push. Yep. I think tonight's going to end at 4 on the dot.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to put in another. I have it in at 4 right now. I think I'm going to bet it again at 4.5.
Yeah.
Because I think that half point might be the difference tonight.
Yep. So we're opposite on the Clippers game, but then we got some other bets. So you have Devin Booker under 26.5.
Yep.
So you're hoping for a slow night for him. I mean, like I said, like we've been saying, the Suns spread it around. Like, he's a good facilitator now. He had a triple-double in the last game.
Yep.
First time ever he's got one, and he waited for the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. I just think what's going to happen tonight, to give my analysis on that, is that the Clippers realized last game, all right, we need to contain him a little bit more.
Yep.
We need to put out a better defensive performance. And I think their focus is going to be getting the ball out of his hands a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because he's such a playmaker. And 26.5 is still a lot of points to get. Plus 250, I think it is. I got it at.
Yeah, it's great odds, great value.
Yeah, and the thing is, he can still give you, like, if he's creating for other guys, that's fine. Yeah. As long as he ain't scoring for my bet.
Yeah.
You know?
And like you're saying, too, I think the Clippers are going to be like, all right, we can live if we lose tonight's game if Crowder and Bridges beat us. Yeah. But we can't lose the Western Conference Finals because we're just letting Devin Booker go for 40 every night.
Yeah, we're just letting him do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah. And then, so for my not basketball pick, I'm taking the White Sox. And I'm taking alternate run line. I'm taking minus 3.5 runs. So they have to win by 4. And I'm taking that. That's plus 235.
Okay.
So normally baseball too. I don't know if we've given out a baseball pick on this, but they're kind of like hockey, where it's like minus 1.5 plus 1.5 is the run lines for baseball. As well as you can just take them straight up with the money lines, but the odds are usually pretty bad, plus or minus 180, minus 200, something like that. So the White Sox have been pretty good this year. My handicapping on this is just like the White Sox against lefties are nice, and they're going against a lefty and the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. The Pittsburgh Pirates stink. They're in a race for the bottom.
Yeah.
They just got swept by the Astros. So they're coming off. They're in the top. I think they're in the top of the division, or they're right up there. They're contending for a World Series either way, and they're going against one of the bottom teams in the league. They just got swept by the Astros, who are another pretty good team. Yeah. So I think they're going to bounce back. They're going to get right tonight, and I think they're going to win by 4. I think they're going to win by more, but that's the highest you can take on FanDuel is minus 3.5. So minus 3.5.
I see the value though.
Yeah, that's just.
White Sox have been good this year.
Yeah, and especially against lefties. I just think they're going to have a good night, especially against lefties and especially against the Pirates. So it's like kind of two things right there for you. Pirates just haven't been good. The Pirates don't score, really.
Nah, they suck.
Yep. And then for another not basketball, you got a hockey game. You got the over in the Vegas-Montreal game.
Yep. I just think the Golden Knights, when they win, which I think they're going to go up 3-2 tonight, they put the puck in the goal. They play a fast tempo. They're offensively very talented. Yep. I just see it going over that 5.5. Montreal plays good defense. They've actually been able to slow the Golden Knights down a little bit in this series. But I just think because the Knights were down 2-1. Yep. And then they won game 4. Yep. I just think they're going to come out and put it together tonight. And then they're also going to I think they might cash me the over potentially by themselves. Yeah. Because they're going to come out determined. They need to get out. They need to go up 3-2. I'm pretty sure they're back home.
For this one?
Yeah, I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure they're back home in Vegas, which is just a crazy atmosphere to be fucking playing at in general. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, they are home.
So, yeah. I think it's a great opportunity, good value. And yeah, I think I'm 2-0 on hockey picks so far this year, so let's keep it going.
Yeah, they're 21-5 at home for the year so far, so that's pretty good. Yeah, like you said, just a great atmosphere.
Crazy atmosphere. It's crazy to think they're a fucking like a whatever they call those, like a lottery team or whatever. Expansion team. Yeah, from a couple of years ago. And did they win the Stanley Cup their first year?
They went to the Stanley Cup.
They went to the Stanley Cup. Yeah. So I mean,
which I think that was like 4 years ago. So they're relatively new team.
Yeah, they're brand new.
And they're in the I guess this year they're not doing Eastern Finals, Western Finals because of the whole COVID thing. But they're in the semifinals. I mean, they're a good team. I was thinking about taking them, just like you're saying. I was thinking about just taking them to win it tonight, minus 1.5. But instead, I'm going with the White Sox.
Yeah. But yeah, another good episode. I think we should, like you said, mention the 100K challenge. Yeah. I think it's something that we're gonna put out in the future because sports betting, as we've mentioned a million times, is for the long run. If you plan on making money in it, unit wise, you need to get to a higher level of a bankroll to be able to make it to where it's a livable salary, because there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be days you lose money, and you just can't be playing with money that you need to live your life. It needs to be money to the side. It needs to be playable. It's because ultimately it's for entertainment until you can prove it to yourself and prove the concept. But what me and Greg plan on doing in the future is putting together this 100K challenge where we're going to put together a bankroll of $10,000 and we're going to see how long it takes to get us to 100K.
Yeah, we're going to grind it out.
Yeah, we're going to show you our bets every single night.
Yep.
It's going to be tough. What we're hoping for is, because with the way the casinos are set up in New York right now, it takes us an hour to get there, an hour to get back home.
Yep.
So essentially it's going to be, unless we can get the mobile betting, which I'm hoping is done by then.
Yeah.
Or done soon in general. This could just be like a play format where it's just fake money. Yeah. But we will be putting out our bets prior to the game starting.
Yeah. We'll be taking them in real life too. We just can't take it. We just can't drive an hour to the casino every night.
Yeah, and the format that we're able to bet through now, we're just not taking high significant bets. Yeah. We're not betting a ton of money. Yeah. Not that we would in general anyway, but we could certainly up our bets if we wanted to. Yeah. But we're gonna do it for real when New York State rolls it out. Because when New York State rolls it out, we can get the mobile betting. We can just do it every night from our home, and it's beautiful. We're gonna document it. We're gonna put our picks up every single day.
Yep.
You'll see us cash out. You'll see us make bets. You'll be able to tail our bets, follow our bets, and our goal is to turn a $10,000 bankroll into 6 figures, 100K, show you guys some great ass content, and show you that this sports betting shit is real if you're disciplined, strict on yourself, and follow the rules that you make for them.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. We're gonna have a great time doing it. Again, all that stuff's gonna be on our social media, so we'll show you guys everything we're doing. SportsBook Sports on Instagram and YouTube, SportsBook Talks on Twitter.
Yep.
Follow us on all that stuff. Let us know. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir. Like, subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. It's free to do.
Yeah, helps us a ton.
And it also, it helps us a ton, and it also gives you guys the content firsthand. You'll get notifications on when we go live.
Yep.
But you can always go check out the videos after the fact. But, yeah, we appreciate everyone that's taking the time to listen, and we'll keep pumping out this content for y'all.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.
See you then.